Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Quietest Kept podcast, where we talk about the things people survive silently. I'm Shawnti Refuge, Master Certified Mental Health Coach, author of the best-selling book Quietest Kept, and journaling advocate, and someone who believes healing requires honesty, not perfection. This month, for Women's History Month, I'm doing a 5-episode series called The Audacity of a Healing Woman. Last episode, we talked about the mental load of being the strong woman. Today, we're talking about something that makes people uncomfortable: rage. Not attitude, not bitterness, not being dramatic, rage. The anger women were told they weren't allowed to feel. Because somewhere along the way, society decided that we could be nurturing, patient, forgiving, graceful, supportive, but angry? Oh no. Anger made women too much. So what happened? Women didn't stop feeling anger. They just buried it. And buried emotions do not disappear. They turn into anxiety. They turn into resentment. They turn into depression. They turn into burnout. So today we're going to talk about what anger actually means, why so many women suppress it, and how rage can actually be a signal that something inside you is trying to protect you. And if this episode speaks to you, subscribe to the podcast, share it with somebody who needs it, and go to my website, ShawntiRefugeJournals.com, where you can grab my guided journals or my best-selling book, Quietest Kept. Now let's talk. Why women are taught to suppress anger. Let's start with conditioning. Most women didn't learn to suppress anger as adults. We learned it as little girls. Little girls are often taught things like, don't be rude, don't be disrespectful, don't talk back, be nice, be polite, be the bigger person. Little girls should be seen and not heard. Now, those things sound good on the surface, but the problem with that is when those messages are repeated enough, girls start to internalize a dangerous belief that anger equals being bad. So instead of expressing anger, they learn to swallow it. Psychologists call this emotional suppression. And research shows that suppressing anger doesn't eliminate the emotion, it actually intensifies internal stress responses, including increased anxiety and emotional dysregulation. Okay, I'll translate it for you. Your body still feels it, even if your mouth never says it. So women become masters of what I call smiling while suffering. So let me go ahead and be honest with y'all about something. There were seasons in my life where I wasn't sad. I was fucking angry. Angry about betrayal, about manipulation, angry about staying in situations longer than I should have, angry about giving grace to people who were never giving it back. But instead of acknowledging that anger, I tried to be the mature one. I tried to be forgiving. I tried to be understanding. And those things have their place. But the truth is, premature forgiveness is just suppressed anger wearing church clothes. And suppressed anger does not disappear. It sits in your chest. It sits in your stomach. It shows up as anxiety. It shows up as irritability. It shows up as emotional exhaustion. And then you start asking yourself, why am I so overwhelmed? Sometimes the answer is simple. You're angry, and you've been pretending that you're not. Anger is one of the most misunderstood emotions. Most people think anger is destructive, but anger actually serves a psychological purpose. Anger is a boundary alarm. It signals that something important has been violated, whether it's your values, your dignity, your safety, your time, your trust. Anger says something here is not okay. But if you've been taught that anger is unacceptable, you may override that alarm. So you rationalize, you make excuses, you minimize, you tell yourself things like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, or they didn't mean it like that, or I'm probably overreacting. But every time you silence that alarm, you disconnect from your own truth. And that disconnection is exhausting. So when anger doesn't have a healthy outlet, it transforms. So it becomes anxiety, depression, emotional numbness, passive aggression, burnout, resentment. Many women think they're depressed, but sometimes what they're experiencing is powerlessness, because anger is the emotion that fuels action. When anger is suppressed, people feel stuck. They feel helpless, disconnected. And that's why acknowledging anger can actually be a powerful step toward healing. Not exploding, not hurting people, but recognizing what you feel. This is where journaling becomes powerful, because writing allows you to express things you might not feel safe saying out loud yet. If you have one of my guided journals, go ahead and grab it. If not, that's okay. After this podcast episode, be sure to go to my website and get one. But in the meantime, your notebook will do. Here are some prompts for you today. Number 1, what situations in my life have made me feel angry that I never acknowledged? Number 2, when did I first learn that anger was unacceptable? Number 3, what boundaries might my anger be trying to protect? Number 4, who benefited from my silence? And number 5, what would it look like to express anger in a healthy, honest way? Pause this episode if you need to and go ahead and write, because clarity often comes through honesty. So, healing does not always look peaceful. Sometimes healing looks like clarity. Sometimes it looks like confrontation. Sometimes it looks like walking away. Anger is not the opposite of healing. Unprocessed anger is what becomes destructive. But acknowledged anger, that can be transformative. Because once you recognize what hurt you, you can decide what you will no longer tolerate. And that's where your boundaries begin. This conversation is exactly why I created the Audacity of a Healing Woman 6-week coaching program. Starting on March 17th, I am hosting the second round of Audacity of a Healing Woman. So if you missed the first round that started in January, here's your chance to come in, because healing requires courage, especially when people benefited from your silence. And this month, I'm also hosting a free 5-day Audacity challenge, which actually begins today, March 9th. It's free. All you have to do is sign up for it. It's called Stop Lying to Yourself. 5 days. It's in a private setting. And you're going to get, of course, journal prompts, number 1. So come ready with your notebook and your pen and find you a quiet space. And then I'm going to give you information every day that you take with you and implement in your life. Then on March the 13th, I will be at Lit Java, my home away from home, and I will be a part of a special program called Her Story. It's free. Go to my link in bio to learn more information. Go to ShawntiRefuge.com to learn more about it. If you're in the Pearland area, Houston area, come on through. Come through. It's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then I will be continuing conversations around women, healing, and emotional truth. So if this episode resonated with you, don't stop here. Go to my website. Go to ShawntiRefuge.com. Grab a guided journal. Grab my book, Quiet as Kept, and read that and start doing the work. I'm going to leave you with this. Anger does not make you dangerous. Silencing yourself does. You are allowed to acknowledge what hurt you. You are allowed to feel anger about things that were unfair. You are allowed to transform that anger into boundaries, clarity, and healing. No, you are not too much. You are finally telling the truth. So, again, if this episode resonated with you, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast, The Quietest Kept Podcast with Shawnti Refuge. Share it with someone who needs it. And if you're ready to start your healing journey, visit ShawntiRefuge.com and explore my guided journals, resources, and other programs that I have to offer. I'm Shawnti Refuge, and around here, we don't survive silently. And I'll see you in the next episode.